Okay, I teased on Friday that I was gonna have a dramatic hair change. Surprise! I got extensions. You like it? I'm so excited. I've wanted these like literally my entire life. I used to wear clip-in before, but these are my first sewn-in weave extensions. Now, the moment we've been waiting for. I know that you have been patiently waiting for my opinion on all the Chris Harrison and Rachael Lindsay drama. And there is so much to say, including some takes that I don't think that you've heard yet, which is why today's episode is going to be a deep dive on this. Even if you aren't a Bachelor fan, watch this episode because it's juicy and there's some good info on cancel culture. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. Rachael Kirkconnell is a contestant on Matt James' season of The Bachelor that is currently airing. People began digging into Kirkconnell's life and found pics of her in college from 2018 at an Old South party. Old South is like an antebellum themed party where everyone dresses in old-timey clothes, and it takes place at an old plantation property. The point of these parties isn't to celebrate slavery, just the South. They've been going on for decades, and if we're canceling anyone who's ever been to one, by the way, we're gonna have to cancel the CEO of American Airlines and the CEO of FedEx.
Whoa, hey.
Chris Harrison, the host of The Bachelor since the very beginning, goes on Rachael Lindsay's show on Extra and defends Kirkconnell. Rachael Lindsay is a former Bachelorette who now hosts this extra show, plus a few podcasts. Her specialty is being woke to the extreme and calling out anyone or anything that doesn't meet her standards. The name Rachael Lindsay is synonymous with is cancel culture.
The worst! She is the worst person in the world.
Chris goes on there, basically says we need to offer grace and compassion to Kirkconnell and wait for her to speak on it before sticking the woke police on her, because at that time, she hadn't yet made a statement. Chris's whole statement was one of the best anti-cancel culture speeches ever.
Yeah!
Well, Rachael and the SJW mob blow up what Chris said, of course, and declare that he should have listened to Rachael Lindsay, that it was racist of him to try to defend Kirkconnell, and it was racist that he, as a white person, argued with a black woman about how Old South parties are extremely common and that we shouldn't cast blame on Kirkconnell for going to one in college, yada, yada, yada.
How dare you!
Then pretty much all of Bachelor Nation put out statements against Chris, saying that they were disappointed in him, and Rachael Lindsay says she is not re-signing her contract with ABC. And Chris then comes out with 2 apologies. On the second one, Chris says he's actually going to be stepping away from the franchise to go on a journey to learn about race or something. Probably a gulag ABC is sending him to.
Please don't send my best friend to crazy people jail.
I didn't go to a Southern school. I am not familiar with Old South parties, and I've never been to one. I actually had no idea what it even was until this story came out. I have no personal stake in whether they should or shouldn't be allowed to exist. I think as a society, if we all decide collectively that maybe Old South parties aren't a good look, that's fine. But again, trying to ruin Kirkconnell's life for this is evil. It isn't educational or helpful. Now, they're even going into her parents' voting records and stuff.
The dude minds. This will not stand, you know? This aggression will not stand, man.
There's another piece of this puzzle that I want to discuss, and that is actually Rachael Lindsay.
What the does that even mean?
I really liked Rachael Lindsay as the Bachelorette, but as soon as that was over, it was like she truly felt like it was her job to be woke police sheriff, like Chris Harrison said, for the entire franchise. I mean, remember how she basically pressured Becca Kufrin to dump Garrett for posting a Blue Lives Matter picture?
She's bad. And she sucks.
During that entire convo on Extra with Chris, Rachael kept saying how she just really needed Kirkconnell to make a statement, to apologize. That's all she wanted. Well, when Kirkconnell does, Rachael says she still isn't happy with it and says she's done now with the entire franchise. Nothing is ever good enough for Rachael. She always moves the goalpost on what will make her happy because nothing ever will. She absolutely loves feeling like an oppressed victim. Never mind how much power actually rests in her hands.
I'm sick of sunshine. Sun, all the time sun. How about some rain around here? Is that too much to ask? Is it?
She also said on one of her podcasts that she just is worried for Matt James, the current Bachelor, because what if he ends up with this racist white girl? Rachael tried to play it off like all of her concerns, the reason she's so upset about this, were concerns for him as a fellow person of color. Except when he came out also saying basically what Chris said, that rumors are dark and nasty and can ruin people's lives, so I would give people the benefit of the doubt and hopefully she'll have her time to speak on it. Rachael and her co-host of one of her podcasts said that they were done with Matt and accused him of maybe having a fetish of pretending to be white. You know, the typical, if you don't subscribe to the same progressive ideology I do, you're not black and you don't belong in our group anymore.
What are you talking about? Why are you being a dramatic moron?
I don't know what Rachael has on ABC, but they adjust and do everything to make her happy. I wouldn't be shocked if they try to keep her around by offering her Chris Harrison's job as host. And by the way, my prediction is he isn't going to end up coming back. That's just my guess.
Your time is up.
I feel like all of this might be the nail in the coffin for me with this franchise. I mean, I haven't been able to bring myself to watch the last few seasons, and this just makes me glad that I stopped watching this one. Rumor is Kirkconnell is the winner, so if she is, do you think that Matt and her are gonna get through this, or that she's dumped for the sake of his brand, which would mean the show is no longer about love, but about brand building? She did apologize, by the way, but when she did, Lindsay decided it wasn't quick enough, so she wasn't accepting it.
Oh, geez, there's a shocker.
Tell me in the comments if you think Matt and Kirkconnell will stay together if she wins, and if Chris Harrison is actually going to come back or not. Find POPlitics on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review. Don't forget to like this episode, leave us a comment, and share it to your stories. Hit that save button. We're back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. Click below to watch yesterday's episode. Please subscribe, thumbs up, share this video, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss the conservatee. And make sure you're following this show at POPlitics on Instagram for even more CUTEservative content.